What's up, guys? This is Alexander King, and it happened again. We have a new song from Linkin Park now, guys. You know how I feel about Linkin Park, especially if you saw my reaction to Lost, which was the first of these new songs that they're bringing out from the Meteor recording sessions for the 20th year anniversary. Even though I cannot believe that it's been 20 years since the album was out, but anyway, that goes beyond the point. Linkin Park are a huge part of my life. As I said in that video, every time that we get to listen to something new, especially after Chester passed away, and if his voice is in this in any way, shape, or form, it's like a present. As I said in that video, it's like Christmas Day. It's like you wake up and you find something like this, and it's something you were not expecting. It's just so many emotions. It just stirs a lot of emotions in me. So without further ado, guys, this is Linkin Park, and the song is called Fighting Myself. Let's go.
Sometimes these thoughts in my head speak so loud. Every little thing that I think about just builds on top of the pain and doubt. Even though I wanna just let it out, I try to act like I don't mind it. Try to keep my mouth so quiet, but sitting there in my silence just seems to amplify it. When I thought that keeping this inside would make it better, I never thought that I would end up ruining it forever. But every time I think I got everything put back together,
those vibes, guys, it's those vibes.
I'm worn out so easily. I wish I'd held it in so you never knew it built up inside of me. Now I don't know how it overflowed, spilled out unwillingly, but now everything that I learned to hate came out for you to see. I don't want you to promise you can change everything and make it better, cause you can bet I'm gonna end up ruining it forever. And every time you think you got everything put back together, I end up
I love the production, like the backing vocals as well. We might get some screams in the bridge. Yeah, most of what I said in the Lost reaction video, it's still valid and still applies to this one. It was especially nice in this one to hear that structure as well, because I think that this song structure is also one of the most successful ones for Linkin Park in general. You know, there is a little bit more of back and forth between Mike and his rapping, so all the hip-hop influences that come through much stronger, and the singing and the beautiful melodies or the screaming that Chester just brings on top in the chorus or in the bridge. As I said during the reaction, I was expecting this from the way that it was building up and the aggressive tone of it, which I really love. It just sounds so powerful, all the instrumentations. Now, I don't know if this has been remixed or remastered for this 20th year anniversary, but it sounds so good and so clear. If I had to bet, I would say that something has been done to this production wise compared to the original recordings, because if this especially was a demo, I might be wrong. Music production has a very complex history, and if you go back to the Dark Side of the Moon in the middle of the 70s, there are things that you listen to it and you still wonder, like, how did they do that? Even they didn't have all the tools that we have today, so you can never really tell, but this sounds so good. Chester's voice, the ending, guys, the ending, it's so beautiful. The melodies are so beautiful, and it's something that they used to do so much, and it's one of the things that I missed the most when they pushed a bit more in the pop direction or the electronics. There were still some great songs throughout the late part of their career, and there are still some records that I absolutely love. But the way that they worked around with certain melodies and developed the melodies and bringing them back together towards the end, so something that they took maybe from the verse and something from the chorus or the pre-chorus and then the bridge, and then they add on top. This is something that we had both with this and with Lost. But it's just that section towards the end that it builds out so beautifully. And it plays out so it's so cathartic. The melody, it's almost like a more peaceful release. It's kind of hard to explain it with words, but I'm pretty sure that all of you guys understand exactly what I'm saying, and that's the power of music, and that's one of the main reasons why I love music so much, because again, it just goes beyond words. You can, with that, like listening to that, expresses a feelings and a state of mind much better for me than words can. Of course, there are some very talented writers that can encapsulate also that feeling with words, but for us musicians and as consumers and listeners, I think that it's much more common to just relate to a melody. Guys, this is beautiful. I do want to, of course, as always, touch upon some production choices and songwriting choices, because I guess that's also why you guys tune in. Besides the clarity of the instruments and the aggression in the tone of the guitar and the way that they work with the bass and the drum kit and the reverb, there is such a nice reverb on the drum kit, on the snare especially. It's beautiful, the snare and the toms. You can hear that right after the second chorus. There is that little section just with the guitars chugging and the drums. Basically, it's the only elements that are present in the song, and the bass, of course. And you can just hear in the silence, like in the space between the phrases, there is just this beautiful reverb that moves kind of slowly from the center of the mix towards the sides as well. So with a good pair of headphones or some nice a nice stereo setup, you can definitely pick up on that, and it's just beautiful. It just builds so nicely. And the other thing that I mentioned and that really stood out to me was the backing vocals during the rapping verses. To me, it sounded like a inverted loop. I'm not exactly sure how to call that, but like a reversed track that probably Chester sang, but just played the other way around. So played backwards, that's the word that I was looking for. With some very nice reverb as well and delay, and it just was very ethereal and having that effect. Again, I'm not sure if it was recorded straight like this, or if it was recorded in a certain way and then played backwards. To me, that's what it sounds like. Again, I cannot be sure because you can achieve a similar effect in both ways, but it sounded beautiful. As it always is with Linkin Park, I could go on and on and on and talking about how much they mean to me and how much, like literally, like I was getting shivers. It's a lot of feelings, a lot of contrasting feelings, contrasting emotions, contrasting memories, both some of the best memories in my life and some of the worst. And in a certain way, some of their music is associated with both, even for the worst ones, it still has a very positive connotation, even if I maybe associate a song with a darker period of my life. but it still means that, you know, it helped me get through that period. It's not something that I cannot listen to because it just brings me back to that place. It's too much to say, to just say it in a reaction video for one of their songs, so maybe one day we'll just sit down and have a chat about Linkin Park in a little bit more details and their legacy and why I think they're so important for a lot of people and when they resonate with so many people. And you see that it's still moving people in such a way that they managed to get, for example, to the top charts, the Billboard charts and all of that, because again, it's something that people want and people crave and people connect with to such a deep level. And I think that there are a lot of reasons why. And again, we can do a dedicated video about it if you want to see that. Let me know in the comments as always, and just say hi and let me know what you think about the song. As you guys know, that's always my favorite part of these videos, getting to interact with you guys in the comment and hearing what you think of the song, and we can start a conversation. So yeah, guys, as always, all the links, like if you want to follow me, if you want to hear me singing more and playing more and all that stuff, you can find more of that also on Instagram and TikTok at aka Alexander King. I'm so happy that I got to listen to one more of these songs. I don't know if there are going to be more now that I'm kind of getting us used to the idea and warm up to the idea. I know that I shouldn't get my hopes too high, but I just keep on taking every one of these as they come, as a present, something that I'm very glad to have in my life, especially since I was not expecting it at all. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching if you made it this far, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.